Find a scrap of fabric. In the example for this video, I have used a very cheap organza remnant I found at my local fabric store. I have used the 2 meters I bought, and still have well over a meter left. Use the opening of a coffee mug to draw 7 circles on the fabric using an air pen. The size of the petals really does not matter, but the circle drawn will determine the finished size of the flower. Cut out the circles. Neatness is not really required, a rough circle is all that is needed. Light a household candle. I recommend not using a tea light, as they are very low to the table and not so easy to use, or see what you are doing. Be ready with a bowl of cold water to throw in the petals should they flame more than necessary. Run the edge of the petal through the flame to sear and seal the edges. On organzas and chiffons, the edge will curl a little and a hard, sometimes charred, surface produced, depending on how long you keep the petal in the flame. Only touch the edges with the flame. Many fabrics are not fire retardant and can set alight very easily. Also, do not put out any flames using your fingers, that is why we have the bowl of water handy. Use one petal as the base. This will be the base on which all of the other petals are placed, and will give a guide as to where the petals are placed too. It is a good idea to use the largest petal for this. Notice how the edges of the petal are somewhat wavy. Now it has been sealed. This adds a different texture to the finished flower. Take the next petal, and fold it in half, and half again, to make a quarter circle. Using another petal, fold it in half and half again, into a quarter circle. Place the folded petals so as the point is in the center of the base petal. Knot the end of a length of thread and thread the other end through a needle. Using the needle and thread, start from the back of the base petal and sew about 1 centimeter to the corner, attaching the petal to the base. Continue to sew around the other side for about a centimeter, attaching the petal to the base. Fold the next petal in half and half again, just like before. Place one side against the first sewn petal. Sew the latest petal to the previous and to the base, just like before. It does not take many stitches to hold down the petal. Once again, fold the next petal into 4. Place the edge of one side next to one of the other already sewn petals and stitch that side of the petal down. Finish sewing at the center of the flower. Now for the fourth petal. Once more, fold the circle into 4 and place it in the empty area on the base petal. Sew the petal to the first and the third petals. The flower can be left at this stage. However, if you want a fuller flower, we can add another 3 petals. Up to another 3 petals can be added to the flower. Fold the next petal as before into a quarter. Then turn over the point of the petal. This folded edge is to be placed downwards on the flower across the seam of 2 of the existing sewn petals. Once again, sew into place. As long as the folded edge is sewn down, it will hold nicely. Repeat the last step by folding another petal and turning down the corner. This petal is sewn on, opposite the last petal. Leave enough room for a third petal between the last 2. Fold the last petal into 4 and turn over the edge. This time, position the fold between the 2 central petals and sew into place. Once finished, make a couple of small stitches on top of each other and tie off the thread. Trim the thread. Your flower is complete. The fabric flowers can be used for any number of projects, from Alice bands, to brooches, to embellishments on bags and other fashion accessories. Thanks for watching our video. Head over to our website, www.patternsplace.com, where you can sign up for our newsletters for more great patterns and ideas. We'd love to see your take on these ideas, so please feel free to leave a comment or some pictures of your finished project.